Hello, you guys. What's up? It's Savannah. Welcome back to another episode of My Thoughts Exactly. So I'm really excited for today's episode for a multitude of reasons, but probably one of the biggest ones is that this is kind of one of the reasons why I really wanted to start My Thoughts Exactly and kind of create a new podcast, is because I wanted to bring back the old series that I was doing on my YouTube channel, and I wanted to just kind of get back to the basics of where it all started. And I love watching these types of videos, and these were videos that I loved making when I was consistently posting on YouTube, and I know you guys love them, and that is favorites videos. I don't know about you guys, I'm obsessed with favorites videos, especially right now on TikTok. There's that trend. It's like hot girls don't gatekeep or something. And you scroll through and it's like, how do you keep your hair so shiny? And then you scroll and it's like these 4 products that this person uses. And then they are like, how do you keep your skin so clear? And then you scroll again and they show you what you use for it. So it's really something that I love to watch, especially I love to watch them on YouTube. That's my favorite. And here we are on the podcast and on YouTube talking about it today. So I'm really excited about it. And it was exciting to decide on this topic because this was also something that you guys really wanted to see. I posted on the My Thoughts Exactly Instagram, which if you're not following it, what are you doing? It is just My Thoughts Exactly podcast on Instagram. And I posted about it, and because I was going back and forth between 2 different episodes, I didn't know if I wanted to do the November favorites or if we wanted to do a little deep dive talk into situationships, which we will get to eventually. But the majority of you guys, it was a close call, but the majority wanted the November favorites. And that made me really excited, more excited than I think I thought I was going to be, just because I haven't done one of these in so long. So it was just kind of like an off the wall idea to just do another one. And I didn't know how it was going to work with like the podcast and the video. But once I started gathering my favorite products, I got really excited because I was like, this is so fun. This is what I love to do. So obviously, if you're listening to me on the podcast, you won't be able to see the products that I'm talking about, but I'm going to explain them just as well. And I'm going to tell you what they are, obviously. And we have a couple different categories that we're going to go through today. We have like skincare, hair care, makeup, lifestyle, just like, supplements and stuff. And then I have 2 fun favorites, which are wine, of course. So that is what we're going to do today. Again, if you're listening to me on the podcast and you can't actually see the products I'm showing, I'm going to explain what they are. And I'm also going to have them on my Instagram story. I'm going to do slides of everything. So if you want to go back and look, make sure you're, again, following the My Thoughts Exactly podcast Instagram. That's where everything happens. Just go follow it. So to run this through, we're going to go in the order of which I get ready. So we're going to do skincare, hair care, and then makeup. So that's just the order of how I like to do things. So let's start off with my favorite skincare products. There are times I go through phases where I like to do the 12-step skincare routine that has like every lotion and toner and exfoliator and everything available. But right now is not that time. I don't know if it's just the winter or what, but I get cold really easily. And when I do my skincare, I just want to get in bed. So I've been sticking to 3 main products lately that I've been absolutely loving. Now, I do want to preface by saying that my skin type is pretty normal, I would say. I've been lucky enough to not really have to deal with a lot of acne throughout my life. It's never really been a big issue. I would say the biggest issue for me and my skin is dullness and hyperpigmentation and some texture. So the 3 products that I have found that work for me really, really well. The first one is one that you guys have probably seen somewhere. I know I've talked about it before on YouTube, and it's one of those products that it was my holy grail for a while. And then I just started buying new skincare and it got pushed to the back burner. And so I stopped using it, not because I didn't like it, but just because I was using other things. And I recently started using it again earlier this month, like at the beginning of November. And I realized why I loved it so much. And that is the Paula's Choice Skin Perfecting 2% BHA Liquid Exfoliant. This stuff is amazing. It makes your skin so glowy and smooth, and it really helps with the texture of my skin. It says it's for all skin types, and it claims that it unclogs pores and shrinks enlarged pores. It smooths and evens skin tone, and that it's lightweight liquid that absorbs quickly. And personally, I think it does all three of those things. One of my other issues with my skin that I didn't mention before is pores. But pores is something that I am trying to work on. For a while, I was using that Benefit Perfecting Primer. I'm always someone that likes to find like a blurring primer or something that's going to help blur my skin. I feel like most people do, but I do it because I like to cover my pores. So I love this. I feel like I've definitely noticed a difference. And with my skin tone and things like that, this is the best thing ever. And it makes my skin so glowy. I look alive. And I have tried some of the other Paula's Choice products, but I do just really like this one. This one's my favorite. And as far as cost wise goes, it is pretty affordable. I think it's like $13 or something. So for all things considered, I would say it is on the more affordable side. It's not one of those things where you're going to buy and feel guilty for it because of the price tag. It works. It does what it's supposed to do, and it's cost effective. So love it. Okay, the next thing that I absolutely have been loving is this Youth to the People Triple Peptide and Cactus Oasis Serum. I love Youth to the People. They are a clean brand. I used their moisturizer for years. I actually still use their cleanser. I didn't include it in this video just because I haven't been using it as much this month, but I got this at the very beginning of November and I absolutely love it. It is their Triple Peptide and Cactus Oasis Serum, and it claims to plump, firm, and hydrate, and it's amplified with 4D hyaluronic acid. I don't know what the 4D does. I just know that hyaluronic acid is good for your skin. So what I like to do is I like to put this on after I do the Paula's Choice. And these two combined make my skin look really just full and plump and moisturized and glowy and everything that you could possibly want. I absolutely love it. I think they're a great combination and they work really well together. Again, I don't know what 4D means when it comes to hyaluronic acid, but it's got to be good. Maybe it's like 4 times the hyaluronic acid, but I am a very big fan. And then my last skincare product to show you, this is kind of like my big 3 of skincare right now. So the last one is this Laneige water sleeping mask. So my biggest problem, especially in the winter, since moving to Nashville, it gets really cold in the winter, obviously. I'm from San Diego, so I really didn't have to deal with this before, but my skin in the winter drinks up moisturizer like you would not even believe. It just sucks it up. It's like a sponge. It just sucks it up and then I'm done. And I feel dry again. With this, it's actually the opposite. And I think that it's because it's a mask. That's my guess. But again, who knows? So it says it hydrates, brightens, and softens. And I think it does all 3, or I can attest to it doing all 3. I think that this is so great. It really is the only product that I have found that keeps me perfectly moisturized and my skin doesn't just like suck it up and then I'm just dry again, you know? So I put this on before I go to bed, and when I wake up, I can still see that my skin is glowing and moisturized. And that's the thing that I love about this skincare combination, which again, everyone's skin is so different. So different products are going to work for different people. But for me personally, with this skincare combination, when I wake up, I feel like I can see a difference in my skin. And I feel like for a lot of products I used in the past, I put them on and then for like, you know, the next hour, my skin looks good. And then it just goes back to looking how it was before. And who knows, it could have just been doing some skincare work behind the scenes that I couldn't see. But I'm someone that likes to see the effects of the products that I'm using. And I feel like I really do with these 3. So those are my 3 skincare favorites of the month. Okay, so now we're gonna move on to hair care products, and I have 2 to show you. And I don't know what's going on because out of the 2, I've seen some people talk about one of these products, but I have heard no one, not a single person, talk about the second one that I'm gonna show you. And I don't understand because this is like the lifesaver for my hair and I've never once heard anyone talk about it. And I'm wondering if like there's something going on that I'm missing, like it's secretly like poison that I'm putting on my head, but I have never heard anyone talk about it. And so I need to tell you about it and see if anyone knows what I'm talking about. But the first one that I'm going to show you that I have heard people talk about that I can also attest that I love is the Color Wow. This is the Dream Coat Supernatural Spray. It says it magically transforms texture, amazing humidity proofing powers. This is what it looks like. It comes in this shiny silver bottle. And I believe the founder or the owner of this brand is Kim Kardashian's hair stylist. I believe that is correct. Don't hold me to that, but I think it is. I think his name is like Chris Apple or something. I think it's Chris Apple. I don't know, who knows, but I think that that's what I heard. I absolutely love this stuff. It makes my hair feel so soft and so shiny, and it smells so freaking good. I've been using it collectively for probably the last 8 months, maybe 9 months. And I've really noticed a difference in the smoothness and the softness of my hair. And it also, like I said, it just smells amazing and it just looks pretty. Can't you tell? I just like when things look pretty. I'm just a sucker for packaging, but it also does the job. It really, really works. And if you are looking for a hair product that helps with frizz and smooths your hair down and makes your hair look really shiny and healthy, I highly, highly recommend this product. Now, the second one that I want to talk to you about, the one that I have never heard anyone talk about, is the Dry Bar Liquid Glass Miracle Smoothing Sealant. You guys, I've been using this for probably, I want to say 2 years now, maybe 2.5 years. I don't think I will ever not use this product unless someone tells me it's poison. And again, I don't even know if I would stop at that because it is so good. Basically, my hair, I've dyed my hair a bunch. I actually saw a YouTube comment the other day where someone was they went back to a very old video of mine, one for 3 or 4 years ago. And they were like, wow, I just saw this video. You've dyed your hair so many different colors since this video. And while I have bleached my hair for sure and gone blonder, I haven't dyed my hair a bunch of colors. It's not like I've, done all the colors of the freaking rainbow. I just, blonde and brown. That's basically what I've stuck to. But because I've bleached my hair, obviously my hair has a decent amount of damage to it. And if I don't use this product, before I found this product, I really struggled with my hair being frizzy and extremely dry and damaged every time I got out of the shower. But with this is a game changer. This is a lifesaver. Again, I will use this product till the day that I die. It makes my hair super soft. It takes away the frizz. It makes it look less damaged. It helps with my split ends a lot. It does not make my hair appear to be as damaged as it really is. It is just all around a 10 out of 10 product. It also smells great. I literally drench my hair in this when I get out of the shower, and it also works as a detangler, which I love. And it says that just one use of this will hold through 3 washes. I don't really know if I believe that part because I have obviously had to go without it when I've forgotten about it and stuff, or if I've left it at home and I'm somewhere else and my hair does not feel or look the same. So I use it every time I get out of the shower and I absolutely love it. I think, I kid you not, I'm probably on my 10th bottle of this. I'm obsessed. Obsessed. Okay, so now for makeup, and I have, as you can tell, a couple different makeup products to show you, and we're just gonna go in the order of how I put on makeup. So the first, I don't really have any foundations or concealers to show you right now, but I wanted to talk about one of my favorite cream bronzers, if not my favorite cream bronzer, and that is the Charlotte Tilbury Beautiful Skin Sun-Kissed Glow Bronzer. It comes in this giant packaging. It's huge, and I, as you can tell if you're watching me on YouTube, have definitely used my fair share of this. I've hit pan on it, and personally I use it more as a contour, but it gives the prettiest glow to your skin. It melts into your skin. And what I do is I like to spray some setting spray in there and then take a beauty blender. I've used it with a brush before, but I prefer using it with a beauty blender just because I feel like the application is more natural and it blends into the skin better. So I just take some setting spray, I spray it in there just to kind of liquefy it up, and then I pat my beauty blender in there and then apply it to the skin. And again, it just melts. It's so, so, so pretty. And to go over it after my skin makeup is all said and done, I then take the Makeup by Mario bronzer. Again, absolutely love this thing. And I'm absolutely obsessed with it. And I place it over where I put the Charlotte Tilbury cream bronzer. And it looks so pretty together. It doesn't look muddy or cakey or, sometimes where it looks super blotchy and it's just not a smooth, application. Not the case. And I would like to think that I know my bronzers pretty well just because I'm obsessed with being tan. And so I've tried out a lot of bronzers because of that. And those are my favorite. Now, I also have been loving this Hourglass Voyeur waterproof gel eyeliner, and I got it in the shade brown. I am definitely more of a brown eyeliner person than a black eyeliner person. I just feel like for me on my face, black eyeliner sometimes just looks a little too harsh unless it's for a specific makeup look, which I rarely ever wear. But I love this. I put this on my tight line before I do my mascara and I love the way it looks. It just adds a little bit more definition to my eyes. And again, it keeps it looking a little bit more natural because it is brown. And again, any brown eyeliner would work. I just tried this one because I really like Hourglass as a brand. I think that they have a lot of really great products that are kind of underrated. I feel like I've had a couple Hourglass products that I really, really love. I don't think I've ever really had a product from Hourglass that I don't like, thinking about it now. But I love their eyeliner. I also love their foundations and their concealers. I just think that they're great as a brand. So this I love. Okay, the last makeup product that I have to show you is a setting spray. So I've tried a lot of setting sprays in my day. I've tried the Morphe one. I know MAC has one. It's like the Fix Plus. I love that one. I used to use that as like an air freshener, not an air freshener, but like a face mist just because I love the way it smelled. But I will say a problem that I've always had with setting sprays is they tend to either A, not work, B, make my makeup really like patchy and like it breaks it up a little bit, or C, they dry my skin out and make me look really, really matte, which I don't like. Now, this one that I have found does the opposite of all three. It makes my makeup last so long, makes me look so smooth and glowy and refreshed, and I'm just obsessed with it. And that is the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Filter Setting Spray. You guys, I'm obsessed with this stuff. I use this all the time. I use it before. I honestly probably use it too much. I think actually like way too much. I use it before I do my makeup. I use it after my foundation. I spray it after I, set my face with powder and all of that. And then one more time after I finish my makeup altogether. And it makes your makeup last so long. So I'm absolutely obsessed with this. This is my favorite. I think this is like my third or fourth bottle, but I've been using it a lot this month. Sometimes I forget. And I know some people think that setting sprays don't work and they think they're kind of a myth. Whether they're a myth or not, I don't really care. I just really like this and it smells really good. It smells clean and fresh. It is fragranced, I believe. I mean, it has a smell to it. So if you don't like fragrance, you're probably not going to love it, but I just love how this works for my skin and for my makeup. It just makes me look so glowy and refreshed. Okay, the last two products that I have are kind of more so in the skin category. I have a self tanner and a perfume to show you guys. So I've talked about this plenty of times before. It's practically become part of my personality at this point that I used to work at a tanning salon, and I am obsessed with spray tans. If y'all remember like way back when I used to do those videos and you guys used to get so mad at me because my hands looked orange because I was working at a tanning salon and I was working with tanning products and they were clear and then they would develop over time and then I'd look like an Oompa Loompa and you guys would yell at me for it. I know that was a dark time in my life and we don't need to revisit it. But over time, I've been able to develop what I like to believe is a very good but like a very good at-home spray tan routine. So I exfoliate and do all the things, but the product that I like, which I get a lot of questions about because there's so many out there. And I will say, again, it's just like skincare where different products are going to work for different people. There's different undertones and whatnot. This I find has worked the best for me, and that is the Saint Tropez Bronzing Mousse. I like this one because it develops in like an hour, and then it says by 2 hours you're medium, by 3 hours you're dark. And so that's why I really like this one. It's so quick and easy. And so if I have a dinner or something later at night and I'm pale at noon, I put this on, and by the time I go out to dinner, I am tan again. And I love it. I think it's the best. I just use it with a mitt, put it all over. I will say this one does have a green undertone, but to me, it just works the best and looks the most natural on my skin, and it stays on for a decent period of time. I also really like the Loving Tan. That's my other one that I like. It comes in the pink bottle. That one has more of a brownish undertone, but this one is more green. This one is a little bit more expensive. I believe it's like $40 or something, but honestly, you get what you pay for. I think the quality is totally there, and I'm a very, very big fan of these. Okay, the next product I have is a perfume that I'm really excited about. So I discovered this brand. Well, I found it on Sephora, but I discovered the brand. It was going viral on TikTok for a little bit because they had this perfume called Missing You, or what was it? It was like Missing You or Missing, was it Missing Person? No, it wasn't Missing Person. I think that is just the killer instinct in me. But I need to look this up. Hold on. Okay, it was Missing You. All right, I'm not crazy. All right, so they had a perfume called Missing You, and I think they marketed it by saying that like when you spray it, it doesn't have a signature or a specific scent, but it's more so going to remind you of someone that you miss, or it's going to smell like someone that you miss. I never had that, and I know that some people, some people said it works, some people said it's just a placebo thing, and it's really not how that works, which I could kind of I don't know how that would work, honestly. I don't know how. Whatever, we're not going to get into it. You understand what I'm saying. But I saw on Sephora that they had a different perfume called Somebody Would. Now, right now, I'm really in the era of darker, more, not like musty, but like woodsy perfumes and scents. I think it's just because it's winter and it's really cold and gray here, and I don't want to smell like bubblegum or candy. I never want to smell like that, period. But, it's just, I don't want a really light and bright perfume right now. So I tried this one. It's called Somebody Would, and I got so many compliments on it. I get compliments every time I wear it. My aunt, who actually, she used to manage Perfume Mania. If you don't know, that's just obviously a perfume store. And she managed it for like 20 something years. And so she has very good taste when it comes to perfumes. And I wore this around her like a couple weeks ago, and she immediately grabbed me and she's like, "What are you wearing? This smells so good." And I absolutely love it. It's the perfect balance between, I think it's the perfect balance between something that's a little bit more woodsy, but also smells like feminine and just like sultry and nice. I don't know. I love it. And I usually wear the Chanel Chance perfume, the green one, but this has been my go-to lately. And like I said, I get so many compliments, and I like that it's not, I don't know. I like that it's a little bit different, which is kind of like pick me, but I do like that it's just kind of a different scent. It's not like your everyday scent. I do wish it lasted a little longer. That is my one complaint, but I did have the travel size. I started with the travel size because I didn't know if I was going to like it, but obviously I got the bigger one. If you're watching me, you can tell. I got the bigger size and I'm obsessed with it. Okay, so now we're gonna move on to the supplements and like lifestyle health stuff. I have 4 things to show you guys. The first 3 that I'm going to show you, I've been putting into a smoothie that I've been doing. I'm actually filming a vlog right now, so the smoothie recipe will be on the vlog, but I've been using these 3 in this smoothie, and it is absolutely amazing, and they all have different benefits, and I'm gonna run you through them each individually. The first is collagen. Now, I just use the Vital Proteins collagen, and my mom has been literally telling me that I need to take collagen for years because there's so many benefits to it. It's really good for your hair, skin, nails, and it's just really good for you. And I like this one. There's no specific reason that I got this brand. It's just the first one that popped up on Amazon, and it says there's 20 grams of collagen per serving, and I got the unflavored one. I just put 2 scoops of this in my smoothie because 2 scoops is 1 serving. And I just really like it. On the back, it says, like I said, the 20 grams of collagen peptides. There's hyaluronic acid, vitamin C. It helps with skin elasticity, skin hydration, youthful appearance, healthy joints and bones. I just think that this is really great. And I like the unflavored version just because you don't even taste that it's there when I put it into like smoothies and things like that. I remember for a while, like probably a year ago, when I tried to convince myself to start liking collagen, that I would put it in water and just like mix it up and drink it. And that was horrible. It tasted absolutely horrible and I couldn't do it. So to find a way that I've been able to take this consistently has been really, really, really great. And I personally have definitely noticed a difference in my skin and my hair. I feel like my hair is a lot stronger. Like it doesn't break as easily. And also I think for my skin, like the collagen plus those 3 products that I mentioned earlier, it's just like the perfect combination. And I think that they all kind of work together to help my skin, which is great. So I've been using this in my smoothie. The next thing that I have to show you also goes into my smoothie, and I have been seeing this. So the reason I even found out about this in general is because everyone and their freaking mother was using this on TikTok. And I'm pretty sure it was all ads just because everyone had tagged the brand in their description, which is totally fine, but so many people were using it that I was like, I'm going to look into it. So I looked it up, and I'm someone, just fun fact too, I don't like to eat fruits or vegetables if I don't have to. And I know that's really bad. It's a toxic trait. I'm working on it. But if there's a shortcut, like if I can get around eating eating those things, I'm just a texture person. It's just a texture thing. But if I can get around actually having to eat them fully, then I will do whatever I have to do. So I bought the Bloom Greens and Superfoods powder. Again, I've been seeing everyone and their mother taking this stuff, and it helps digestion, bloating, and immunity. And I will say, from someone that struggles with bloating a lot, I remember the first time I took this, it was like middle of the day, I'd been eating and whatever. So obviously I was a little bit bloated. Like for me, every time after I eat, if I'm not like really being clean and healthy or whatever, I get super bloated. And so I tried this, and I remember like 30 minutes later, I went and sat down on the couch and I looked down and I was like, where is my stomach? Because usually I would be so bloated and I would be so like feeling like really full and gross and whatever, which is probably an issue. There's probably some underlying medical problem wrong with me, honestly. But this has been great and I absolutely love it. I've been putting this into the smoothies as well, so that way I don't just have to like drink it with water. Again, these smoothies are amazing. So make sure you go and check out the vlog that I'm going to post probably next week, because it's a weekly vlog and I'm vlogging all this week. So you can go check that out. But I highly recommend this. From someone who's not sponsored, I can say that I really, really, really like this. Okay, so something else that I've been loving is protein powder. And I also put this in my smoothies. It's really, really great. And it flavors my smoothie so well because it is more of a greens-based smoothie. There's like spinach in it and sea moss and like all these things. But this specifically helps it taste like a chai tea latte. It is so good. And that is from the brand Aura. I love this brand. I have one more product to show you guys from this brand. So I really, really like them. And this is their So Lean and So Clean plant-based superfood protein. There's 21 grams of protein per serving and 0 grams of sugar. And again, it tastes just like a chai tea latte. I've had this for a while, but only started using it within the past month because again, I just wasn't using it right. I was just like stirring it in with water. Being an adult, it's hard. Okay. So I have been just making it with my smoothies now, and it's just the best thing ever. And I love that there's no sugar in it. That's a really big thing for me because I know some protein powders, it just depends on what you're looking for. But I know sometimes they just can be packed with sugar, but I like that this isn't, and it still tastes really, really good. So big fan of this. And the other Aura product that I want to share with you guys, I am absolutely obsessed with this, have been obsessed with it for since probably the beginning of summer, but recently just got back into it because since moving, it's kind of just been on the back shelf, but I recently got it out and absolutely love it. And that is the Aura Good as Gold Golden Milk Turmeric Powder. Let me just read to you the description and tell me that this isn't something that just sounds amazing. It says, a creamy hug in a mug drink blend to support healthy inflammatory function, relieve stress, and get in the Zen zone. I want all of that. And I want a hug in a mug. And this literally is a hug in a mug. It is so great. The first couple times I used it, I mixed it in with water, but I tried it with like a plant-based milk. I think I used oat milk, and it was so good. It's so great. And for someone who loves, especially in these like times now that we're in the holiday season, I love like hot chocolate and things like that. I would have hot chocolate every night if I could, like 3 times a night if I could, which I can because I'm an adult and I can do what I want. But for my health, it's probably not the best. And so I love this. This is a great alternative. Not to say that you should deprive yourself of hot chocolate, because just have the freaking hot chocolate. It's not the end of the world. But this to me is so good. It's just as good. It tastes literally like a hug. I don't know how else to explain it. I remember the first time I tasted it, I kind of laughed when they were like, oh, hug in a mug. Like, okay, whatever. And then I tasted it and I was like, whoa, this is a hug in a mug. So very, very big fan. It has organic turmeric with coconut, reishi, and ashwagandha. It says that I am a delicious golden milk powder containing a blend of turmeric, coconut, reishi mushrooms, ashwagandha, ginger, and more. My blend of ingredients helps to support stress relief and your immune system, but I'm also delicious and won't leave you over caffeinated. I'm basically the equivalent of drinking a hug. So they're really playing into this whole like hug in a mug thing. But I love having that at night right before bed. It's the perfect like cozy way to end a night. I love it. Okay, and then the last 2 products that I have to share with you, like I said, we're in the fun section now, okay? And those two products are wine products. I couldn't not include them because they are a part of my November favorites and my year-round favorites, but specifically, especially in this weather. So let's just, as an overview, I am an avid wine drinker, very much an avid wine drinker. And I love all types of wine. I do not discriminate. Whenever I'm out to dinner and someone's like, oh, what kind of wine do you want? I'll usually just say, I don't care. Like literally whatever you want, I will have because I love wine. But my favorite is a Pinot Noir for red wine. And I love red wine in the winter. It's my favorite. Obviously, like white wine in the summer. Everyone's very like seasonal with wines. I'll drink whatever wine at any time, anywhere. But right now I'm really into the red wine and I wanted to share with you guys what my favorite red wine is. And that is the Meiomi Pinot Noir red wine. I talk about this on my Instagram lives a lot, and I'm sharing this with you because, well, first of all, it's a favorite of mine, but also I get a lot of questions from you guys in regards to what kind of like alcoholic drinks I like. I don't know what that really says that you guys think about me, but we talk about this a lot on like Instagram lives and stuff where you guys like share your favorite and I tell you guys what mine is. And I know some people, I feel like this is a pretty commonly known wine. However, I had a conversation with someone a couple weeks ago and we were talking about our favorite wines and I was like, oh, mine's Meiomi, and he didn't know what it was. And I can't let you guys go without knowing what this wine is. So this is just a Meiomi. It's a Pinot Noir. And I believe they have other like types too, but this is my favorite. And it really is, like, for all things considered, pretty cost effective dependent on how much you drink wine. I think it's like anywhere between $18 and $22. It's somewhere in that range. And I absolutely love it. I think it tastes amazing. It's not sweet. It's not dry. It's like the perfect blend and I'm obsessed with it. So if you have not tried it, definitely try it and let me know what you think. Now, the second wine that I want to tell you about, I don't really know what's in it, and I don't have it on me right now, so I'm just going to tell you about it because I'm so obsessed with it. So the backstory of this is that starting in the summer, starting back in May, I went on like this really intense health kick because I just needed to. That's just the bottom line. I just needed to. And I love wine, but wine has a lot of sugar, obviously. So I needed to find an alternative. And I remember I went to Whole Foods and I found these little like wine cans called water or wine spritz or wine waters. That's what it was. It was wine waters. And it was rosé and it had like 0 grams of sugar and it was a can of wine. Or maybe it was like 5 grams of sugar. I don't know. Something very minimal, maybe 2, something in there, somewhere between 0 and 5. But I think it was over 0. And I've been drinking them for a while and I absolutely loved them. They were my go-to. But ever since I moved a couple months ago, I don't go to Whole Foods anymore. I go to Publix because it's a lot closer. And Publix doesn't carry the wine waters. But about a month ago, I went to this liquor store that was like 20 minutes away from me and I found these things called Bev. And Bev is basically wine in a can with 0 sugar. They have a bunch of different options. They have white wine, red wine, rosé, and then they have 2 versions of sparkling white wine, and those are my favorite. They have a blue can and like a sparkly blue can and a sparkly gold can. Those are my favorite. They come in packs of 4, and I believe they're like $16 each, or maybe like 14, which is pretty expensive if you think about it, but I don't know. I justify it in my mind by saying that it's the healthier version of wine. So I absolutely love them. And they definitely pack a punch. I would say 3 of them get me in a good spot. So very much a fan of those. And I would highly recommend it if you haven't tried it. But again, if you don't care about the sugar count of wine, then like honestly, who cares? And just have the regular wine. I'm just someone that drinks wine a lot. So I like to have a healthier alternative for it just because I can justify it more in my mind. Okay? All right, you guys, I think that is the end of this episode. I showed you guys all of my November favorites. I'm really excited to hear what your guys' favorites have been. And also, I just thought about this now, but this can kind of be like a little mini, gift guide or something if you want to gift to yourself or gift to someone else, something that I've showed you. We're in the holiday season. I don't know if this gave you any ideas, but I definitely recommend trying these products if you are interested because I love them and I stand by them wholeheartedly. I think they're amazing, but I'm really interested to hear what your guys' favorites have been. So let me know if you're watching me on YouTube in the comments below, or shoot me a DM on Instagram. Like I said, I'm going to have these products in the Instagram or on my Instagram story. So you can go find them there if you're listening to me on the podcast and want to find quick links to them. That's where it's all going to be. But with that being said, you guys, that's all for me today. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to another episode of My Thoughts Exactly. I'll be back next week with a brand new episode for you guys, and I will see you there. Bye, guys.